Hey guys.
Kayleen, Mark, welcome back.
So it's actually our kind of our second day in Goromay, which is going backwards a little bit. We've got Turkey, then we've got Cappadocia, and then Goromay. And Goromay is a small township.
In Cappadocia.
In Cappadocia. That,
Or some of them say Cappadocia. I don't know.
Well, we'll get there. Thought we should rewind a little bit though. So a little bit about our adventures in just getting here. Started off in Brisbane, international flight out of Brisbane to Singapore, from Singapore to Istanbul.
4 hours in Singapore.
With a 4-hour layover in Singapore, which was very exciting. Singapore airport, very much worth a look around. Then when we reached Istanbul, we
11-hour flight.
we decided to find our luggage. So a little bit of a trap for young players there. When you fly from Istanbul to Ankara, you fly domestically. So you start off internationally from Brisbane to Singapore, Singapore to Istanbul on international, then you fly domestic to Ankara. But your luggage, if you transfer your luggage all the way through, actually stays on international. So when you fly into Ankara, don't be overly concerned, like some people.
I know we have
just
to
a little
do a
bit.
whole picture of that. We bought air tags because a lot of people recommended air tags. So we did that. We put them in the bags. When we got to Istanbul, well, first of all, we got to Singapore, checked they were in Singapore. Got to Istanbul, yes, they were there. Then we just literally, it was so easy to go through Istanbul and then transfer to the domestic terminal. And then it was like, yes, everything was still there. And then we go down on a bus, take us out to the middle of the airport, and you then walk up and you get onto the plane, smaller aircraft, and that's fine. And then we flew to Ankara. There are many airports that you can fly to. We chose to go Ankara. It's apparently the capital of Turkey, and we hired a car. Not many people do that. There are airports that are closer to Cappadocia that you can fly to. It was a 3.5-hour drive from Ankara. So that's why we did there, because some people did already question us and go, why would you fly to Ankara and not closer to Cappadocia? And I can't even remember the airport that's close to here. So we get there and everybody
Back to the luggage.
is coming around and all the luggage is going around. It's like, okay, then the luggage stopped, the carousel stops, and there is about 8 families with kids. And we're like, okay, that's okay. There's other people waiting for their bags. It starts up again. Everything goes around. Cool. And then you have that moment when the carousel stops and your heart kind of sinks a little bit and you can't get on the internet. So we're trying to get on the internet and they want a mobile phone number. So we did that, turned on our phones. Text never came through to it. We're thinking, oh, this is interesting. No, don't panic. What is worse, we were prepared.
And then you look at Kayleen's face. And that's when the panic sets in.
I did not. I wasn't that bad. So then we go across to Lost and Found. We show them our baggage tags and they say, oh, no, that's okay. You've got to go to the international airport. We're like, what? What do you mean? Okay. So we walk out like we're leaving the airport, but you're still inside the terminal and you walk down past all the car hire places and you just walk down to international. It was like a ghost town. We get to international and everyone would picture if you're going to pick up people from the international airport where you stand outside. That's where we were, trying to get back in. So we go up to this little security guard and there was only a handful of people coming out going, we got to get our bags. We go in, there is like nobody in there at all. Ghost town. So we go across to Lost and Found.
Except for luggage rack number 13, where the carousel was going around.
No,
with 2 bags
stopped.
on it.
It stopped. It's just stopped with our 2 pieces. Insert photo here where I took a picture of our bag because we did put covers on them. So here's our lonely bag and another one on the other side. Thank gosh, but who would have thought it would be there? It took us longer though to walk there, get that, and come all the way back to the car hire.
That's it.
That was exciting.
So as part of the package, when Kayleen booked and put all the travel together, she used a local or a more localised car hire company called
AVEC, AVEC.
Okay, and we'll put the link to those guys down below. Something to consider though, when you are working with more local as opposed to your more branded named car hire places.
Like Budget, Avis, all
those sort of guys. If you are working locally, have a very close look at the type of insurances that you get with your motor cars. We booked some insurance which we thought was fully comprehensive, covered everything, because as you'll see later on in the video, the streets around here are quite interesting, to say the least. And there are a lot of small scratches and bingles that happen because people are, you're working in very tight, closely confined areas. And we knew that from the research that Kayleen had done on coming here. So we thought we'll get fully comprehensive insurance. But the way the insurance works with some of the local car dealerships is you have assurance with a third-party insurer. So what that means is that if you do have an accident, first of all, you must get a police report. Otherwise, they won't categorise the accident. You must get a police report. So you need mobile phone coverage to be able to call the police, because chances are you're going to have a small accident or a bingle with a local. They may not speak English if you're English speaking. And if you don't speak Turkish, you're going to be challenged a little bit there.
I'll video them.
Yeah, so Kayleen will video everything like Kayleen does. But that being said, you need the police report. And what happens then is the insurer or the car hire company will charge you for the repair of the actual incident, and then you need to make that claim against the third-party insurance company.
And then they will pay you back.
And that insurance company will pay you back. So logistically, it could be very challenging, especially, if you, like us, we go home from these trips, we go back to work, there's a lot of logistics that may have to happen. So we ended up taking out another smaller insurance with the local car company, which covered all minor damages to the motor vehicle. So it's just to have a look. Have a look at your insurance policies. Just make sure you understand them clearly. If in doubt at all, please get in touch with the car hire company, and they'll explain it all to you.
And look, we did 4-day car hire, and I think it was like 220 Australian dollars is what it cost us for the car hire. I'd already done insurance, which was $50, and then the insurance with them when it converted was about $80. So.
$86 with the current conversion rate.
Yeah.
So we felt for the $86 over the 4 days, it was a minor price to pay, considering the areas that we were going into, and the chances are that something may happen as a vehicle. We'd like just to be able to leave the vehicle behind when we're finished, obviously fuel it up, and just walk away from the car. That's ideally what we're looking for.